EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. Frank, we've called golf all around the world, but never at a golf course quite like this.
Rich, we've picked a perfect day. It's usually here about 64 people running around, battling it out for domination.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That will be a great look at birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
So a tester from 4 feet. Still even par for the day. Frank, as we look at the second, your average hole with, say, a few bunkers, maybe even a pond, that would be a walk in the park compared to what I'm seeing right here.
Yeah, early surveillance said that guard shack just to the right of the green is actually not empty, so be a little aware of that when you cross the bridge. Green just 167 yards away, though, from the tee.
Frank, this golf course is surrounded by water, just a few tiny islands strung together to create these 18 super cool looking par threes.
Yes, Rich, and with all that water comes a lot of lost balls. When this base was still active, many of the soldiers would play the course in the tee box. They'd just get backed up really quickly. It was so bad that they created a local rule for balls in the water. So if you hit your ball in the water, you do what they've always done. You just drop one up next to the green and you take a stroke penalty. Pretty good rule.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So close. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This for par. Even par early on.
Well, Rich, we've got the drone. It's headed back. Told us it's 216 yards to the middle of the green. If we can just aim a little right of the gun turret on the destroyer, that should be a good line.
This is the definition of a blind tee shot right here. But you need all of the modern equipment, the modern telecommunications, just to try to get you zeroed in on where you're supposed to go.
Well, maybe you can capture the flag here, though, with a birdie.
Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Wow, what a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
Frank, here at the fourth, there's an awful lot going on.
There certainly is. Solar panels, radar tower is up and ready to go, so it will confirm the landing on the other side. If it's successful, this rather long par 3 around the 230-yard mark, so this is going to be all carry. Got to land that ball on the green. It will not run through that beach area. And, of course, the trees and the palm trees all the way around. If this isn't flighted properly, it will not find the destination.
Seems like too much for just one man. This looks like a job for an entire flight crew, Frank.
Well, Rich, we should dig ourselves a trench and see what happens.
Well, this is the kind of wind that separates the great players from the average players. You really have to be strong to handle these kinds of winds. I like the looks of this one. Superb shot once again, and only about 15 feet away for a birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Wow, I thought he made that. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Just a little tap in here. Still playing even for the day after the par. This is the par 3 fifth, Frank. This one goes back towards that destroyer, which came out of nowhere just a few holes ago. Glad we didn't pick that tower.
Well, anything to the right, and you'll definitely be swimming. Actually, we'd have to bring in the Navy SEALs probably to get it up and down from there.
Good-looking shot right here. Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
This is an 11-foot putt. He's going to beat himself up on the way to the next tee. You don't miss those putts.
Even par, currently.
Has his par. Up to the 6th tee, Frank, and we're back against that destroyer. You need to take it over that small island.
Yeah, this is a little village, too. And remember the double greens at St. Andrews? Well, this is a split double green. It's shared in amongst the village. The green on the right, very, very small. So this a very lengthy par 3. It's going to be a case of really ready aim driver for some.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Drops it, and he's at even par. Now on to the 7th, and Frank, this potentially a tricky hole.
Green well protected in the short and to the right there by that concrete blockade. Green lines up nicely, not overly long too, and really just a nice shot on target. Just be wary of the breeze though in case it's coming off the water. It'll blow it towards those palm trees.
And you don't want to get stuck down in the trenches either. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
And getting ready for the putt. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
This for par. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Now to the 8th hole, Frank, you really just need to follow the trail down to the green here at Paracel Storm.
Barracks are probably the biggest problem in front of you. They're just short and left of this par 3 green. For the very observant, though, they'll notice a little one-on-one, perhaps a little basketball court just along the left side.
A little three-point shooting contest? You and I later on?
This is a par 3.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Second shot.
Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. Frank, finishing up now the front side in what so far has been a pretty heroic mission.
Well, there is a green down this end there, but you miss it on the right. There's the trenches, and of course, even further right, there's that seawall that provides a fortress for the beach on that right side. But the green, fortunately, inland and away from the trouble.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor.
Has to like that one. Another birdie to get to 2 under par. Here we go at the 10th. We completed a successful front 9 mission, but more to go. Lots of obstacles on this back 9. Rich Lerner for EA Sports alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what are we looking at here at the 10th?
Rather short par 3. Anything that comes up woefully short, you'll be digging it out of the trenches. But the flag on the left side well away from the water. So this really not a par 3 that you should be concerned of getting into trouble unless you dally with some of those trees that are short and left.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Frank, this would be huge.
Oh, it's got that strut going, everything. This is when that hole starts to look a little bit bigger. You really feel like you can start to make everything.
Starting to feel it now. 2 straight birdies and 3 under for the round. The 11th hole is a short one here at Paracel Storm. Frank, a pretty good looking little hole.
125, one of the shortest on the golf course. You tee off just out there by the coast and then head it over the seawall. So really it shouldn't be that much of a problem for the players playing here. If you're worrying about the wind, there's 2 weather vanes down there. So it's easy to look up and get an accurate indication of which way it's blowing today.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. Starting to pile them up. 1, 2, 3, now 4 birdies on the round. Frank, this is a daunting tee shot, isn't it?
This has to be hit perfectly. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Starting to put the hammer down, Frank. This would be 5 in a row.
What? 5 straight?
5 straight birdies. Starting to feel it. 2 in a row. 5 under for the tournament. Here we are now at the 13th, and Frank, this is a stout-looking hole.
Rich, it certainly is. No time to be superstitious on number 13. The trenches, they protect the back and the right of this green. Anything left of that, time to call in the Navy. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. Frank, this looks like a green where if things didn't go well, you might find yourself just walking around in a bit of a haze, maybe talking to an old volleyball that washed ashore.
It's almost like a booby trap, Rich. It looks way too easy after some of the other holes we've seen. I've got this sort of sneaking suspicion there's something out there. It just looks like a green, just perched up there with very little trouble around. That's got me thinking there might just be something out there.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round. Rich, I'm starting to lose count. This is just birdie after birdie.
It's all-time stuff. I mean, this is territory we just don't visit very often. On fire right now. 7 under par. Now to the 15th, and Frank, where exactly is the green here?
Well, I think you need the Jungle Book to try and decipher this one. Little short par 3 up and over there. There is a green in amongst that jungle, and even the green has its own little mini jungle in it.
This is one of my favorite holes on this golf course. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, that's a formality now.
Frank, this is one of the best runs I have seen in years. He has already made 7 consecutive birdies. You think it's going to end, but here he is with a great chance to get to ocho.
You remember that show, 8 is enough? I don't think 8 will be enough.
Frank, coming to the closing stretch here at Paracel Storm in the South China Sea, the 16th hole, you look out over the expanse of this land with those solar panels, the battleships that are ruined. It's pretty evident we're not at Daddy's Country Club, are we?
No, that's for sure. Those solar panels just remind us, too, we've got to conserve energy before we get to the end of the round. Not an overly long par 3, juts out there. Those boulders, they really, I don't know if they protect or basically repel anything on that right side. We'll soon find out. The water and the bridge, they're also to be avoided.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. 17th hole now at Paracel Storm. And Frank, as we come toward the end of this round, you really want to salute the caddies as well as the players.
That's right. They've gone out there with meal packs today and canteens to make sure that there's the right amount of sustenance. But if you're looking for victory, then a strong finish is needed. Good chance for a birdie here at 17. You've got to traverse, obviously, the water there, and without the help of the Navy today, this is going to have to come in nice and high and soft, a little bit like a paratrooper coming in down there to avoid all those trees and palm trees that protect the front and the right side of this par 3.
That will be a great look at birdie. This for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now the finishing hole, Frank, and just a spectacular looking hole.
Yeah, chance to complete our mission should we succeed here at 18. If anything, you want to keep the ball a little left of the flag. Otherwise, we're off the beach.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Just a couple of feet. Well, the great hits just keep coming. Moves to -11 on the day. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times it can be so hard and just absolutely drive you crazy. It can appear to be so simple. This was just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time. Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We are back in the state of Pennsylvania getting set to kick off the round here at one of the great golf courses in the world, Oakmont Country Club. Frank, you're very familiar with it because you were right in the mix down the stretch at the 1994 U.S. Open right here at Oakmont.
And Rich, it's so good just to be back here. You know, there's so much history in Oakmont. It's been a host to so many prestigious tournaments in our sport, such as the US Amateur, the US Open, the Women's US Open, and the PGA Championship. It's just one of the true gems on the golf landscape.
That is an absolute seed. I mean, he just ripped a bullet down the fairway. Oh my goodness, 375 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
And he's made the green. Locked in on the read and the speed. Even par early on. Relatively short par 4, second hole. Frank, what's the right play off the tee here? It's probably not driver.
It certainly isn't. You need a decent yardage in for your second shot, so you don't really want to hit it past those last of the 6 bunkers on that right side. It leaves a shot of 100, 110 yards. There's another tee box a little further up where they can make it like drivable at 265 yards, but for such a short hole, this is sort of a fearsome one. You always feel like you're making a mistake when you're putting the ball on the tee.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or 2. Aimed the club at that and made sure they followed through. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Fourth shot, wants to get this close. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Now a 7-footer. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Third hole's a par 4. Again, it's 428 yards, but Frank, we look out to the left and we can see there's nothing quite like the third at Oakmont.
Well, the church pews certainly might look beautiful from our point of view, but they really shrink the hole down, or the landing area, because not only the pews on the left side, but the bunch of bunkers on the right. You can see the tee shot plays a little downhill, but it funnels in so closely together that more often than not we'll see players hit long irons off the tee here.
Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. So at the third, the approach is on the green, but it's a long ways from the cup, about 30 feet away. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And he's putting for par now. Been a little bit of a fight so far, 3 over par. Fourth hole now, long par 5 at 609 yards. Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Big swing right there. A great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. So, 1 over par for the round. We're at the 5th hole now. Short hole, but Frank, pretty challenging even at 382 yards.
Yeah, you've got the bunkers are staggered. The first 3 coming down the left side, and then they start to link up with the ones on the right side that just sort of narrow this fairway up. It just sort of changes the strategy. But if you can just sort of thread an iron up there, that's the main thing. Because this green is going to be very narrow in the front and then slope away to the player's left.
Slight miss, and he'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Good chunk of real estate here, 22 feet away. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. Frank, what's the pros' take on the first par 3 here at Oakmont, the 6th, at just under 200 yards?
Oh, it's a real beauty. Very narrow in the front. You can see how it pinches in so close. It starts to widen up, but even to try and carry that bunker on the right side, there's very few players in the world that could hit it that high and manage to stop the ball in that corner. Once again, you're trying to thread it through that avenue at the front of this green. It's a tough par 3.
Don't want to miss it right here.
No. This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
All right, Frank, take us down onto the 7th hole, par 4 at 434 yards.
Another one that's just another great driving hole. Bunkers on both sides of the fairway, so you can't really bail out either way. Used to be some trees in that down the right side. They've been removed, replaced now by fescue. So if you do miss those bunkers right or left, it's not exactly going to be the easiest chip out to the fairway. Another one that's a must-hit fairway. Reason why? It's a long par 4, and it's the only way you can hit this par. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though? What a great shot. Smoked that one. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
I like the looks of this one. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. Here at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole, and Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine a 300-yard par 3 at a US Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides. That's the 8th.
This is a good-looking shot. That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The 2 greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. Settles in over the putt. So with that, 1 over par. Rounding out the front 9 here at Oakmont, Frank, it looks to be straight away, uphill. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, there certainly is. Years gone by, this was a par 5 for the US Opens of yesteryear. Par 5 still for the members. And the reason why is it's a little bit uphill, semi-blind tee shot, bunkers left and right, and of course rough. You miss those. This is one of those holes, even though it's a par 4 now, you miss the fairway here, you are not reaching this green in 2.
He has put himself in an excellent position with a beautiful tee shot. And now a good look at the green. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Back to par for the round. Take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances. And the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge in here. If you're not as fortunate and you leave it hanging up on that hill, it plays a good 200 yards for your second.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
I'm thinking this is about 110 yards, Frank. Good swing, good shot yet again. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Just 5 feet left. Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Moving on to the 11th hole here at Oakmont, par 4, 379 yards. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. He has this for birdie. Almost. Wow. Well, that's a tough break with that miss right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Just a shade over par, +1. Well, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont is no cupcake. It measures in at 667 yards. Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Well, not quite. Didn't hit it firm enough.
Really? This is an awkward length.
Had it right in the heart and just didn't hit it. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Just a little tap in here. Boy, those will knock the wind out of your sails. Double bogey. All right, Frank, at the par 3 13th at 183 yards, what do you see here?
Well, there's a lot of things to consider, but the general slope of this green really makes you either hit to a specific section on the green or just try and keep the ball below the hole. It's always easy to putt uphill on fast greens.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Not an easy one, 20 feet away. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
Just a little bit of a misread there. We surmise.
This would be a good time to reverse the slide. 5 over par on the day. Rich Lerner back with you at the 14th hole at Oakmont. And this is a hole that offers up a pretty good scoring opportunity, a short par 4 at 358 yards. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. He's putting for par now. And he makes it for par. Well, how about this hole, Frank? 499 yard, par 4 15th. All you want.
Oh, that's for sure. The church pew's down the left. It's about 340 yards to get all the way past them, so that's not really an option. Bunkers down the right side. Really, they tell you, you've got to somehow hit something in between both of them. And the reason why it's another fairway you want to hit is a long second shot. It's a little uphill to a green. Yeah, well, just like all the others, is going to take something special. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, safe to say he is not having his best day out here today. What kind of advice do you give a player who's struggling?
Well, you just almost got to forget what's happened. I know that's easier said than done. Yeah, just start a clean slate, just with Just hit a good shot. Just find a fairway. Don't try and get too specific. There's enough out there. The greens are big enough. Just find a piece of green. Find a piece of fairway. Maybe knock a couple of putts in. And then let it add up in your direction.
Can't get them all back at once, but it does go in the right direction. Now at +4. On to 16 now at 231-yard par 3.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
So, Frank, after a difficult day, he's starting to move in the right direction.
There's been like two different players, Rich. The one we saw early on in the round, I did not recognize. But all of a sudden, it's starting to look like the player we made. Chance for back-to-back birdies.
17th hole at Oakmont, par 4. Only 313 yards, yet, Frank, it was so pivotal. The last U.S. Open played here in 2007.
It was pivotal for a lot of different reasons. Strategy being one. Some elected to go down the right side with just a mid-iron. Others went directly at the green, did not get the ball up and down. Furyk and Tiger Woods come to mind in that situation. You can see the green's just perched up there. If you do lay it up, you don't quite get a full look at this green because you have to lay it up down that right side.
Yet again, in the bunker off the tee. Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Pretty good shot right there. Locked in on the read and the speed. Okay, that's par. 3 over for the round. Great finishing hole here at Oakmont, Frank, the 18th.
I remember back in 1994, this was the last hole in a U.S. Open ever played by Arnold Palmer. You couldn't pick a better finishing hole to win a championship or say farewell.
This one has a chance to be really good. He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Good-looking shot right here. That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. 11 feet away. That's a round of 72 for the day. So that wraps up another round here at historic Oakmont Country Club in western Pennsylvania, and it has lived up to its reputation.